You know how a standard recommendation model works, right? It spits out a score or a suggestion one time, and then its job is completely done. But an intelligent agent, it goes so much further than that. It actually observes a situation, chooses a specific action, looks at what happened as a result, and then acts again based on that brand new reality. In this explainer, we're diving straight into how intelligent agents actually work.
Drawing on the framework from Data Zcience Bytes, we're going to build a highly practical mental model today. By the time we wrap up this explainer, you'll have a crystal clear grip on the central idea, the main process driving these agents, and exactly where you need to exercise caution. Let's get into it.
So what exactly is an intelligent agent? And more importantly, how does it actually turn its observations into actions?
If we strip away all the hype and science fiction, we're left with a very strict definition. See, an intelligent agent isn't defined by having a human-like appearance or some witty conversational style. It's rigorously defined by an ongoing perception-action relationship. Basically, it observes an external environment, it uses a policy or a model to map that state to an action, and then it uses feedback from the result to adjust its behavior. Understanding this verifiable system is absolutely crucial to knowing what's actually operating under the hood.
This whole perception-action relationship builds into a continuous, four-step mechanism. First up, observe. This is where sensors or data interfaces provide information about the environment. Second, decide. The agent's internal policy evaluates those observations and selects an action. Third is act, where actuators or software tools physically change the environment. And fourth, update. Those new observations provide feedback for the very next decision. It's like a constant loop. And as you'll see, tracking this entire loop is essential because errors can slip in at literally any single stage.
To make this abstract loop incredibly concrete, let's look at an illustrative example, a warehouse routing agent.
Let's see that four-step loop in action. First, it observes. The agent reads item locations and identifies any blocked aisles. Next, it decides. Its internal policy calculates the absolute most efficient path for a robotic cart. Then it acts, issuing a specific movement command to the cart. Finally, we get the update phase. Let's say a clumsy forklift drops a massive pallet of paper towels right in the middle of the aisle. The agent receives that new observation as feedback and immediately reroutes. That continuous policy and feedback loop, that is where the true intelligence lies.
Now you might be wondering why this distinction matters in practice. Well, it's because an agent shouldn't just be used for everything. The golden rule here is to match the method to the question. You absolutely need an agent when a task genuinely involves multiple decisions over time, environmental feedback, or external tool use. On the flip side, a simple workflow is the right choice when your steps are fixed and predictable. We shouldn't just choose a method because it's technologically popular right now. The inputs have to be appropriate, the output has to answer the real question, and you always have to weigh the cost of an error against the data you actually have. Establishing this operational boundary actually clears up a massive misconception. An agent does not need to be fully autonomous, it doesn't need to be human-like, and it doesn't even have to be powered by a large language model. In reality, agents can be incredibly simple or highly complex. They can be deterministic or learned, tightly supervised or loosely controlled. But here's the critical limitation we have to remember. Goals can be incomplete, observations can be entirely wrong, and their actions create real-world consequences. Automation does not guarantee truth or safety, which makes human monitoring absolutely essential.
So, pulling all of this together, here's what you need to take away. What is an intelligent agent? It's a system observing an environment and acting on feedback in pursuit of goals. How does it work? Through that continuous four-step loop. Observe, decide, act, and update. And when should you use one? Only for tasks that genuinely demand multiple decisions and environmental feedback over time. By breaking down these abstract concepts into verifiable systems, things become so much clearer. But I want to leave you with one final thought. As these intelligent agents get increasingly integrated into our daily workflows and actually have the power to act on their observations, whose goals are they truly optimizing for? And who ultimately bears the responsibility when an agent's update goes completely wrong? Keep questioning the automated systems operating in the background. That wraps up this explainer.